Bilfinger.
The Special Olympics in Düsseldorf this year were primarily supported by Bilfinger as main sponsor. In addition to the financial sponsoring, about 90 Bilfinger volunteers got involved in the sporting event for the disabled. The apprentices, trainees, BA students, and trainers helped out with the medal ceremonies and looked after the athletes. 40 of the volunteers took care of the many participants in the cycling events. 50 volunteers were assigned as helpers in the table tennis hall. There, their task as referees during the tournament was to count the points and to make sure that the rules were being followed. Several volunteers helped with the non-competitive part of the program. Directly in front of the Bilfinger tent, athletes and visitors could participate in body perception games, for example. All of the young helpers demonstrated their full commitment over 5 days, at all times in the middle of the action, exactly what appealed to the Bilfinger employees.
If you are not used to working together with disabled people, there is a degree of inhibition at the beginning, but you lose that very quickly. I was at the non-competitive part of the program. We had the blind barkeeper and had to take people by the hand very quickly, which meant that we had very close contact to the people. Everybody is really committed here. There was no one who said, "No, I'm not doing that." And I really believe that no other team-building measure could have given us more in terms of knowledge of human nature that we experienced here in 1 week. That's really great. You can see how committed everybody is, how much fun everybody is having, and that is a great experience that I won't soon forget.
I found it extremely interesting to be able to get to know all of the other Bilfinger people from Germany, and it was really simple. You just met somebody and got along really well. There were no barriers or anything like that.
Here you are together with people who are definitely much more open and are in a great mood. It's just really special here. The experience that you gain is absolutely breathtaking, in the positive sense of the word.
Roland Koch got an impression of the commitment being shown by the Bilfinger volunteers during his visit to the Special Olympics. The chief executive officer took the time to talk and for a tour around the event areas. In the table tennis hall, Roland Koch met the big Bilfinger crew who had been helping with the tournament all day long. He thoroughly enjoyed a photo shoot and a spontaneous medal ceremony. He emphasized that Bilfinger is happy to be a partner of the Special Olympics. There are a lot of young people here from my company, Bilfinger. People who are helping out, people who are working, and who are also in a great mood. They are having a good time, and that is, of course, the best commendation you can have. And if we want to stay involved, yes, if you all come back, we will come back too. His tour of the grounds also took Roland Koch to the beach volleyball venue. Here he was able to see the final. A total of 4,800 disabled athletes showed their skills in 19 different sporting events over a period of 1 week. The emphasis was on participation and not only winning. The most important thing is that people are able to express themselves and to develop. That applies to both the athletes and the voluntary helpers, as well as the apprentices from Bilfinger. You can see that there is a lot of motivation here, a lot of joy, and perhaps a bit of happiness from both the athletes as well as from those who are looking after them, the Bilfinger employees who are here. I believe that an event like this gives something to everybody, and that is the best thing you can say about it. And the fact that we have wonderful weather and a great relaxed atmosphere, that's the cherry on the cake. In an interview, Roland Koch explained to the audience Bilfinger's intentions in getting involved here. And then he himself got involved, honoring the participants at the non-competitive part of the program, with medals and certificates. It was easy to see how happy they were to be recognized by the glowing looks on their faces. We have a responsibility as a company to lend a hand in society, also when it comes to those things that are not directly related to our work. It is not something that you can do everywhere. You have to be selective. I feel like I am always in a situation that I cannot do 9 or 10 things that are perhaps important, but there are some things that you have to do right, and we made the decision several years ago to put our focus here on the Special Olympics, a focus that makes it possible for us to say that we are helping people who otherwise would possibly not have very much help. But we also benefit from this commitment, because when very young people who work at Bilfinger in very different jobs and in different regions throughout Germany get together here, that is an opportunity for which, elsewhere, we would have to put in a great deal of effort to make happen. Everybody wins, and I am therefore convinced that it was the right decision. A health program for the participants rounded out the event. Doctors and specialists offered tests and consultations in the health tent. This, too, was made possible through sponsoring. There is tremendous appreciation for the fact that Bilfinger is helping out.
Because we depend on large companies like Bilfinger and other companies who are also presenting themselves here to provide us with the money that is necessary to allow the athletes to do these exercises and tests and to get the appropriate medical care. We are extremely grateful that such large companies are willing to invest money here when it could also be used elsewhere.
The combination of sport and fun motivated about 14,000 people to take part in the Special Olympics. The Bilfinger colleagues were happy to be a part of it as active helpers. The people are very open, and when you meet them, you can learn a lot. That was clear already at the opening ceremonies, and we experienced it throughout the event. The trainers also gave you the opportunity to deal with the people, and it was my impression that this was a very positive experience for our young people.